Yeah. So going into your own business, what's some of the things that you saw that you've gained from leaving? Because that's a scary thing to do by, leaving a job that has, benefits and, care about so much. What's some of the benefits that you've seen from having your own business, from leaving the corporate life?
Yeah, that's a great point. Leaving corporate America is very risky, and I don't recommend that to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I had a strategic plan that I executed. I wouldn't say just go quit your job and go follow your dreams. You should follow your dreams. But when you have a mortgage and you have car payments and you have a children or you have a wife and you have other obligations, it's not that easy to just walk away. Lottery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was very risky. And I talked to my wife. This is really what happened. My wife, we basically said, I want to have a kid. I'm getting older. I want to have a kid. And I was like, I'm not ready to have a kid. I want to start my own business. And we had this conversation in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to have a kid too, but I knew that I wanted to be a business owner. I love corporate America. I learned a lot from it, but I knew that I wanted to be a business owner. So I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my vacation days, go train in scalp micropigmentation because I had gotten it done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to just do it out of the house and do it on the side. So I went and got the certification, trained, was doing it out of my house,
Mm-hmm.
doing it on friends, family, whoever would let me until eventually I could quit. And until eventually my wife said, you're not allowed to do it out of the house anymore. You got to get a space. So then I rented my old unit, unit 3, and I would just use my vacation days, come home at night, on the weekend, just grinding it out every day, just marketing, asking people, hey, do you want a procedure? Just telling them about SMP because nobody even knew what scalp micropigmentation is.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just wanted to get the word out there, and I was the first one because I saw the opportunity. I saw the writing on the wall. I got mine done between 2015 2016. I thought about it for a year and a half. I was like, no one's doing this. Nobody has started an SMP business. So it's like, screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And even though I had no idea what I was going to do, I was like, I'm just going to make myself good enough to do this. I'm just going to keep practicing. I'm just going to make myself good enough, practice day in, day out. And that's what I did.
Right.
That's what I did. I sacrificed a chunk of my leg. And I've
Look.
talked about this before. I sacrificed a big chunk of my leg practicing on my own skin,
Mm-hmm.
just because you don't want to jack somebody's head up.
Right,
You don't want to
right.
jack somebody's head up. So I had to go too deep on purpose or use the needle at a different angle just so I could see what would happen to me so I don't do that on somebody else.
Hmm.
So leaving corporate America, very scary, but it was a strategic plan, and I'm glad I did it. But
Right.
anybody out there who has a good corporate job, you have a safety net, you have benefits, you have a 401k, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a very safe option. You won't be living with the anxiety I have. One thing about leaving the corporate world and starting your own business is you have a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole life has been anxiety. My whole life has been stressful. I didn't have a dad. We were poor, welfare, food stamps. That's all I know. All I know is just being in shitty situations and grinding my way out. That's all I know is just day in, day out, just doing things I don't want to do so I can make it to the next level. So I'm just constantly putting myself in situations that most people won't put themselves in because I know eventually it's going to pay off. The reason why I don't think most people do this is because they don't want to be uncomfortable for that period of time because you might be uncomfortable for a month, half year, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years until you finally break. And so I was like, screw it. I'm just going to do this and I'm just going to suck it up. And I did. And so far
Wow.
it's been working out for me. My whole mindset is like, if I just do this work and I do it to the best of my ability, eventually it should pay off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually what happens for me. And I mean, even to this day, even though I'm successful and I have all these different accomplishments, I'm not done. And I still have, and I still have times where I doubt myself. And I still think, should I have stayed in corporate? Because sometimes you think that you're like, I have to make sales. I have to do SMP. If I wanted to go on vacation, it has to be planned out more than, hey, I'm going to use my week of vacation and I'm going to go here.
Exactly.
So you do have constant anxiety. So any kid out there who's thinking about starting their own business, my recommendation is Start the business at a young age before you have a lot of responsibility, and just keep grinding that out. And if you are in the corporate world and you just hate your current job, you got to do your side hustle at night. You're going to lose sleep, but it will be worth it. You got to stay focused and persistent. Don't take no for an answer, and just keep pushing yourself, because it will be uncomfortable and you will want to quit. But if you just stick with it, you just have to outlast the competition, because there's other people out here that want to take your head off. They're coming. I know that the SMP industry is growing. They're coming for me. I know they're coming for me. They want to steal my bald people. There are people out there, they want to steal my bald people whose lives I want to change. And I know they're coming for me. And I'm waiting.
And waiting.
I'm waiting for you.
Wait.